What's up, guys? In this video, I talk with Hunter Greene of the Cincinnati Reds, arguably the hardest thrower on the planet right now. He just got clocked at 105. We talk pitching, we talk about his glove line from Steelo Sports, and we also take fan questions. This video is sponsored by CustomNumbered.com. I just got my custom numbered sleeve in, only 30 bucks, personal embroidery, and I'm ready to swag out. Hope you guys enjoy the video. What glove brand do you use? I've been seeing something flashy, and I want to know all about it.
Yeah, so Stilo is the brand. Let's see, I've been with them going on, I believe, like my second full season, and it's been great, man. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful glove. The company's solid, the leather's great, and I've just been really happy, being able to rock these gloves and really put my own style and flair into it.
Yeah, I see you've got your own glove line already, and I noticed it wasn't even just pitcher's gloves. It looks like you've got all kinds of gloves available, even a catcher's glove I saw.
Yeah, so I created my own line, which is really, really cool. And to be able to, create a glove for every position is awesome. Obviously I'm a starting pitcher. That's my position, but there's a lot of kids, a lot of youth kids that look up to me that play every single position. So being able to provide a glove for them, that has their name, or if they want to customize it but still have the Hunter Greene name on there, it's really, really special, and it's very inclusive. And being able to provide a glove for every position is really special. I didn't want to just do just a pitcher, because like I said, there's a lot of kids that look up to me that have played other positions. And coming up, I was a two-way player, shortstop and pitcher. So for me, like, I'll always, I guess, rep or hold on to, being a shortstop, in my earlier days of playing.
Definitely. Yeah. I feel like all pitchers really want to remind people that they're athletes too, and that they have feelings too.
Yeah.
So you were a shortstop. I think I even remember that. Do you see yourself as a hitter still?
Yeah, man, I feel like I can swing it. It's been a while, and obviously hitting's not easy. But for me, I did it for years, and did a little bit in pro ball, rookie ball, when I first came up, before I started pitching. And for me, I feel like it's all reps and getting back, into it.
So let's get the gloves. I think you have a couple gloves you want to show off.
Yeah, so I got 5 gloves. I will
Five,
start with, my shagging glove, right? So when I go out to the field, guys are hitting BP. I'll be out in the outfield kind of shagging. And this is like my power shagging glove. So you can see the HG. This is actually my logo that I have the rights to. Here's Hunter Greene. You can see let me flip it this way, HG 103.
Awesome.
And the inside, got the logo again, right in the middle. I love the gold stamp. It really pops, especially when it hits the light.
Sick.
Here you can see my signature, which I love.
Oh, wow.
I like to think I have a signature. So I like that part a lot. And then right under it, you can see my saying in my glove is "Leave no doubt."
So sick.
So yeah, that inside's kind of cool too. It's like a turquoise look. Kind of reminds me of like a Starburst.
Starburst.
Like a mix of all the flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but the snakes on the fingers, red snakeskin.
I can't help but notice the HG 103, and then you go out and you make headlines because you're throwing 103. Is there any relationship there? Is there any connection to that?
Yeah, man. Like it took a while for me to kind of figure out what I wanted to name my gloves. Like what is gonna be the name of the Hunter Greene signature glove, right? And this is kind of the first thing that came to mind. I think it flows. I think it's a really cool name. It's funny, actually. I hit 104 a couple days ago, so maybe next year or something I can switch up the name. But I think HG 103 flows really well, and I think we figured out a pretty good name for it. So
Yeah, there aren't many people who would be able to name their glove that either. So it'd be maybe you and maybe one other guy, but that's
yeah,
pretty special.
yeah, that's the Shagger. So the other 4 gloves I'm going to show you are all pitching gloves. Pull this one out first. So I kind of tried a new style with the webbing, really this past year, but I love the Z web. I don't know if you can see. You see the Z right there? So the web is actually leather, but the Z is suede. So when we get these swatches for me to create my gloves, when you get the swatch, one side is the leather and the other side is the suede part. So I really wanted to have both textures in the web. So, on the outside, like I said, this is all leather, but the Z is a suede finish on the Z, which I love. It was really cool. And then it's like a 2-tone lacing here, kind of looks like baseball seams.
Sick.
So this is like right now it might look like a brown, but it's actually like a maroon burgundy color. And then the lacing is tan here. And then you can see the HG logo again, Hunter Greene. I really like this cursive. I don't know what this specific font is called, but
That's the right
just
font.
the cursive, pretty clean. Yeah.
Is that available? Do you have that? Is that available on the site, Stilo?
Yes. So these will be available very, very soon. We were in the process of making them available. So all these gloves that I'm showing you will be available very, very soon under the Hunter Greene 103 signature glove. So you can see the Hunter signature here once again, and then the Leave No Doubt here, and then the HG palm pad in the middle. I really, really like this color, man. Like this is it really pops. It's not too yellow. It's really nice. The inside here is like that burgundy wine look. But yeah, all in all, I love the web. The web just makes it pop. And I have some other ones that have the same exact web.
And you have that finger slot, the finger hood on there too. Is that kind of
yeah? I was told a while ago that I was kind of tipping pitches. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get the finger hood. Because I was kind of moving my finger based on the pitches I was throwing.
Yeah.
So this saves me with that.
Yeah, it's the same story for so many pitchers. Is that little finger can give you away. It's incredible the ability of hitters to pick up on things like that.
Yeah, and a lot of the times it's really not even the hitters. There's people that are specifically in the dugout looking for these tips to give to the hitters. I've talked to the coaches within my organization multiple times about certain stuff like that. And there's guys that are solely there to pick up tendencies and you tip it. And then, they relay that to the hitters. So, yeah, it's definitely a new experience, being in pro ball and having to take those things into account. That stuff wasn't really going on in high school. So,
yeah, exactly. It's just
Right.
on a totally different level of, there's so much money on the line. Like if there's any tiny little advantage that can be had, there's going to be somebody to exploit that. So yeah, I'm glad to see you're already ahead of the curve on that. So what other gloves you have?
Yeah. So here is a beautiful, kind of like a burgundy, once again, burgundy color. I did the same thing with this web, leather webs, Z suede on the web here, and then the 2-tone lacing, kind of baseball seam look. Really, really, really love these webs, man. Probably stick with these for a while. It's really cool. Steve with Stilo has access to some really cool designs and different leathers from really kind of all over the world. So to have, that variety to kind of play with and pick and choose from is really special.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of 21-year-olds that have that kind of access, so it must be a lot of fun to
Yeah,
be able to do that.
no doubt. Yeah, I really liked here on the finger, putting this white trim really brings it out, makes it pop. I kind of wanted to go with like a just an original glove, original like either a tan, a brown, or a burgundy. And this is kind of what I ended up designing and coming up with, and I'm really really happy with it.
I
I
think
love the
that
white here too.
I think that's my favorite one so far. Yeah. Do you think once you're like, throwing a no hitter in the seventh inning that they might come out and say, "Hey, you got white on your glove," and make you take it off?
No,
You know
no,
how
I don't
that goes.
think so. Yeah. No, man, we Steve and I thought a lot about, MLB's rules and what they think about gloves and the rules that they've set in place with the different colors and everything like that. I think we're in the clear. So
Yeah. Yeah, I just
think we're
remember like I think it was maybe Pedro who it was deep in the game and he was just dominating people and they didn't know what else to do. So they like somebody complained about the glove or the length of the length of the lace. They were grasping at straws because they weren't hitting the
that,
ball.
yeah, that's when you're shoving when guys are bringing up your gloves. Get
Exactly.
get in the
Talking about
pocket.
exactly.
Yeah,
Can you show me the autograph in there? Do you have the autograph on that one as well?
yeah, yeah. Every glove. So once again, I got the gold stamp in here, really clean, and
So
then
sharp.
boom,
Yeah, see if you can get that.
because the light's
That.
kind of hitting it there.
Yeah, there you go. So sick. Yeah, that's the first I've seen. That's a new look for any glove that I mean, I pay a lot of attention to this kind of thing, and I've never seen an autograph
Sure.
there, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, I wanted to be really different, and I love my signature. I know a lot of guys kind of have a sloppy signature, but I take pride in mine and my penmanship. So I definitely wanted to highlight that, on my gloves, and I think it complements the glove extremely well. Not just with the gold, but just how clean the signature is. I'm really proud of it. So yeah, I love the kind of like the off-white manila look in here too. And surprisingly, I've been using these gloves in spring training. They still look brand new, but in here it's not even dirty, from sweat on your hands or whatever it may be,
That's
which is pretty
surprising.
nice. So literally, it looks brand new.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering what's that little stamp on the pinky?
the stiff light,
Yeah,
I think this is,
type
and
of
to be
leather.
honest, yeah, I think so.
I think it's probably the type of leather is a little bit lighter, maybe because it's got that
Yeah,
feather. That's cool.
yeah, yeah. He's got that on every single one of them. We've got it on there, even on this one.
Cool.
So
Any
this
more?
next one is
Oh, okay.
interesting. Yeah, I got two more for you. So this next one is a black and gold finish. Really, really interesting. I haven't gone with a kind of a style like this before, so I kind of wanted to experiment and mix it up a little bit. This is a different web on here. This is like a kind of a star web. Seems like an older web, maybe in the, I don't know, what would you say, like 80s,
Yeah.
80s or 90s web.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. I decided to like go with the all black Hunter Greene on the cursive here, just to kind
Cool.
of be more with it. HG logo. The HG 103 is also in black. I wanted to match, the Hunter Greene in cursive with the all black as well on the HG 103. I didn't want to go black and gold. I wanted it to be the same. But I really like the gold trim. This is all like a metallic gold.
Oh, really?
The whole trim is like that.
So cool. So you use a closed web on every single one. Is that kind of a similar, you know, keep the deception going vibe? Like you don't want to give anything away?
Yeah, and actually, it also keeps the glove together. I noticed that just kind of playing with, the gloves, over the years and experimenting with Stilo and my gloves, I feel like the closed web actually keeps the glove more together and intact. I think when you have more of like an open web, there's more lacing or laces, and there's more room for, the web getting looser over time. And actually, I feel like the glove stays together really well and keeps a really good shape. So,
how about fielding your position? Do you feel like today you're like on the crest of the new wave here? I mean, I see so much of a emphasis on velocity. Do you guys practice fielding the position as much as maybe Greg Maddux would like you to?
No doubt, man. I take pride in that. I love PFPs. I think we, at least here at camp, I'd like to say we did it every 2 days, for me, and, also having a history playing shortstop, man, anytime I can get on the field and move around and, field ground balls or try and be athletic, like I'll be the first one to go do that. And for me, I feel like it makes me that much better of a pitcher, not just being able to field my position, but also to stay athletic and explosive and loose and free while I'm pitching. I think all of it comes together and makes me that much better, as a pitcher. So, and then this last one, really cool. So I had this one, I actually made last year. This is a brand new one that I got this year though, but I did this glove when I was at the alternate site,
wow.
For the short last year. This one's really, really cool. Probably my favorite between this one and like the burgundy and white trim I showed you. This whole glove is snakeskin other than the web here and then the finger printing here. But Z-web, once again, this time the Z is leather. It's not suede, but I like the leather because it pops more on this with it being red. The lacing here, so these laces, one is leather, the next one is suede, leather, suede, leather, suede. So it goes back and forth.
Wow.
On the lacing. Yeah, really cool. So this is a leather as well. Silver HG logo. Silver Stilo, red inside. Got the HG 103 here. Oh, which way? Yeah, this is better. It's just backwards.
such a cool looking glove, man. It reminds me of, I don't know, there's just so much. It's beautifully contrasted. It almost reminds me of like a basketball shoe, like a Jordan shoe kind of deal, where it's just real sharp. The red, white, and black is very nice.
Yeah, I think this is always like kind of a safe, color combination or colorway to go with red, black, white, red, black, silver. I think it always complements itself really well.
And the inside.
Yeah, Hunter Greene here. And then, the inside is beautiful, all black, silver, HG palm pad. And then the Hunter Greene silver signature. Love it.
So cool. Did you think when you were, I mean, it's not so long ago, you were just a kid, and you probably, did you ever think you could be making your own glove line like this?
Never, man. I never thought about it. But to be able to create a product that's just as good as, Rawlings or Wilson or some of these other very established companies that have been doing this for years is really special. I take pride, and I think it also comes with my reputation of, creating the best of the best product and not being satisfied with anything less. I think, Steve and I have been striving for creating the best of the best product and really pushing the needle when it comes to marketing, myself and the Stilo brand and the HG 103 gloves. And I think we've done a great job so far. And there's a lot that we are working on. There's a lot that we're trying to strive for within these next couple of years, and really, really blowing up these gloves and the Stilo brand. So I'm really excited to be a part of it and have I have full creative control over creating my own glove, man. So to have that opportunity to get 5 to 6 gloves every year, and really play and put my hands on it and really kind of put my own design and flair into it, is really special. So yeah, man, it's really, really cool stuff.
Do you mind putting see if you can fit all of them in the shot? Because it'll be see if you can get all 5 of them in there. You got to back it up.
Yes.
And while you're doing that, I'll maybe come up with a fan question, if you don't mind, before we hop off.
Yeah. I don't know how we're gonna do this. This is tough.
That's pretty good. 3 is good. If we can only do 3, that's fine.
Nah, I don't want to block the others.
There you go. That's good. Yeah, you can hold them. Awesome. And so you said that these would be available. All of these will be available, or just some of them?
Yeah, no. The plan is to make all these available. I don't know about the shagging glove, but I think I still haven't even put out all the gloves. The only one that I've posted has been this one, kind of teasing it. So we're going to be dropping the other colorways very soon. The public doesn't even know about these other colors I showed you. So really, you're the first one to kind of see them, other than Steve, myself, and the photographer that took the pictures.
Very nice.
So yeah, I think once these go out, the kids get to see them. The rest of the baseball world gets to check them out and really see them in person and see the quality of them. I think they're really going to take off and do really well.
Awesome. Nice work on it. And do you know what the website is and what maybe their Instagram handle is, just for people watching?
Yeah, so Steelo Sports is their Instagram, and then you can go to steelosports.com is the website.
Okay, cool.
So you'll be able to get dates there, as well as my Instagram, the real Hunter Greene. I'm sure you'll plug me in there.
I will, for sure. I actually have one. I have a few good fan questions, but I'll pick one. Juanito Munoz 2.
You can ask me all of them, man. I got nowhere to be, so.
Sick. Okay, great. Thank you for that offer. I'm sure everybody will appreciate that. So let's start with Juanito Munoz 2. Does he have a dream of pitching to a certain MLB batter?
Man, I feel like all the guys, that I watched at a really young age have either, retired or really on their way out. So I don't know if I'll be able to see them when I get up there, but I don't know, man. To be honest, I'm really not sure. I'm just excited to go up there and make a name for myself and and just go compete. And to be honest, like I've never really, it's never really mattered like who's in the box. You got to have that mindset of, I'm the best one out here. You really do. And I've learned that, as I've continued to grow and, to talk to some of the best players, within my organization and other organizations as well. And that's something that I've really had to work on is my mindset. High school, I pretty much cruised in high school. I was, always aggressive, always very competitive. But, when you get to a certain level of pro ball, everybody's really, really good. They're the best players. And, you kind of go through a phase of adjusting and struggling and kind of getting knocked down, so being able to bounce back and keep that same competitive mindset and that same like beast mode mindset to go out there and still play the game and to go out there and perform like, you're the best it's a challenge, but it's got to be instilled with you, and I think you can learn it, but for the most part, I think the best of the best guys, it's always been inside them, and they've been able to channel that into their performances. So I couldn't name a specific person. Like I said, most of the guys that, I grew up watching, when I was, younger, before my teen years, going to Dodger Stadium and stuff, they've all retired or they're on their way out. So
yeah,
new wave guys coming in, that I've either played against, whether it was in like the Futures game, the All-Star game, or just in, minor league ball, that are making names for themselves. And I'll be able to go out there and compete and, have fun with those guys.
Here's another fan question for you. How do you choose what brands to represent on the field?
How do I choose what brands to represent? For me, man, like, one, I gotta like the people. And being young, obviously, I don't know the business as well as they do, or as well as, somebody that's older has had the experience. But I'm learning. I'd like to think that I've made some pretty big strides in learning, the business, whether, it's the glove business or, like apparel or whatever it may be. But I think the first thing that I always look at is, how do I connect with this brand or this person, or do they really value me? And I have to truly believe that and see that. At the end of the day, I also have to do my part and continue to stay, I guess, relevant or exciting to want them to, market me and to be affiliated with whatever brand it is. But yeah, for me, man, I think number one is feeling out the relationship, foreseeing, it actually working out, and then valuing me, not just as a player, but as a person and a young man that's coming up in the game. And, I do a lot of community service. I love to take care of the youth. I run baseball camps every year. So I think that's important as well with picking who I want to do business with, is making sure that they value giving back to the community and helping others, and how powerful, their platform is and mine combined can really make a difference. So I think those are like multiple things that I look for and, coming together with the brand, amongst other things, the quality of what they're producing has to be very good. It has to represent, who I am, and, clean cut, professional. And yeah, those are the things that I look for when, I'm looking to, come together with a brand or a company.
Yeah, man, you don't sound 21. I got to say, you sound ahead, like you're ahead of your time. I did enjoy. I was laughing pretty hard at that Instagram post of you running through the desert, because I was just there. Like I was riding through that desert for like 3 hours, and I was thinking,
yeah,
like, man, where was it that he stopped? Yeah. He was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. I mean, that drive from Los Angeles here is like, is brutal. Same thing. It's the whole stretch. Like once you get past like Indio, Coachella Valley, like right in that pocket, once you get past there, it's just all like desert.
Yeah.
For like the next 4 hours or so. So I pulled off. I was actually with my dad. He was coming out here. We've been coming out to spring training together, and he used to bring me out as a kid, and we'd go, go to the spring training fields together and go watch games and stuff. So he was rolling with me. He's the one that was taking the video. But we pulled off to like take a break, and I just looked down and was like, let's just film something funny. Let's do something that's, like regarding spring training, but kind of has like a funny, spin off on it. So we came up with that. And yeah, I think it did well. A lot of people thought it was funny, and it was a good video, like leading into spring training arrival.
Yeah, and it seems like you have like a little viral video machine going too. I see you like, did you throw a football through a Tesla or a baseball through a Tesla, which was scary, but I think I saw you do that.
Yeah, man, that was really cool. The guy that I actually did the video with, Danny Duncan, he's crazy, man. He's really out there, but um, he was like, "Hey, man, like, yeah, it's a new Tesla, but go ahead, like, it's fine." Um, he's kind of crazy like that, so it was cool to like. I was a little bit more loose and not as tense when he said, "Hey, if you hit the car, you hit the car." Like, I just really want to get this shot, and I think it'd be cool for like your baseball fans too. So once he said that, I felt a little looser. I made it through on the third try, so it didn't really take too many times.
Okay.
It hit. I did break a couple of the cameras on the side of the Tesla because that's like a self-drive. It's got all the cameras and stuff. So I broke a couple of the cameras those first two throws. But I made my adjustment. Thank God I'm an athlete and I'm a pitcher at that, so I can make adjustments pretty quickly. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I want to do like more stuff like that and get creative. One of my favorite shows I used to watch in high school was Dude Perfect. So I think they did something similar to that, and I just kind of wanted to do like a spinoff on that. So that was kind of like that.
With how hard you throw, there's got to be some fun stuff that you can do. You could probably meet up with those guys and do something even cooler with a bigger budget with those guys, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I think that'd be something to explore, definitely, like in the off season. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I have another fan question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So the last one was from Colton. I just wanted to mention that, but this one is from Michael Feltman, and it says, "What's your arm care routine?"
My arm care routine. It's kind of changed over the years. Before, throughout high school, I really just did J bands, the Jaeger bands and long toss. I've been on Alan Jaeger's program since I was 7 years old, who created the Jaeger bands. So long tossing, I feel like has always helped with not just velocity, but accuracy and really like being able to channel like all that explosiveness in my crow hops to, throw a whole football field, 300 plus feet, being able to channel that into 60 feet once I get on the mound is really important. So if you think about all the energy that you're generating to throw 300 plus feet, and when you come into 60 feet, you bring that same intensity and explosiveness, but now you're just pulling down and it's obviously a shorter distance. That helped a lot, I think, with velocity and with consistency and accuracy. So long toss for sure. The J bands has always been a good thing to do and exercises to do for me to kind of loosen up my shoulders, my back, my chest, arm, and kind of everything before catch play. Something that I've kind of started doing is kind of throwing they're not weighted ball. I mean, I guess they're weighted balls, but kind of throwing them into like a wall. I started that maybe a week and a half ago, and that's helped with kind of loosening up my shoulder. I want to be very aware of, once I start catch play, whether it's right before a game or, the days after I start, I don't want to waste, the first 5 to 10 throws in catch play to get warmed up. I want to be warmed up when it's time for that first throw, so I don't waste those 5 to 10 throws, and that those first 5 to 10 throws have intent and meaning behind them. And it's not just for me to like try and get loose, so that's been something that I've just picked up recently, and I feel like it's helped a lot. So that's really it. The J bands, the long toss, kind of loosening up my shoulder with some of the weighted balls. I'm not very aggressive when I throw the weighted balls. It's very light. It's just really to warm up my shoulder and get that loose and going. So I'd say those 3 things.
Yeah. Have you done a lot with the super slow-mo cameras and working on your spin rate? Because I saw you throwing and the spin looked disgusting, man. It just didn't look fun for a hitter. The way that ball is moving out of your hand. Are you working on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a look at it, with our Rapsodos and Edgetronics and stuff like that. I'll take a look at it. I try not to focus on it too much or overdo it, because at the end of the day, we still got to go out and we got to, play the game. We got to pitch. So not losing sight of that, I think, is very important. A lot of guys are able to do both. I think Trevor's a really good example of that. I was able to work with him, and we have a good relationship. And his brain, he's so bright and just smart. His brain is like wired to, he's able to still look at all the numbers and really dissect and analyze all that information, but he still is able to go out and perform and compete at the highest level and do extremely well, as we saw last year and the years before. So I think there's some guys that are able to do that. I've seen where guys totally derail and go off the wrong track because they've gotten too deep into the numbers. Yeah. So there's really a balance, and I try to keep that balance, as I, continue to work and I go through my process of pitching.
One more fan question for you. It's from Flu Ellen, and it's, what was your favorite experience from playing at the Urban Youth Academy?
Ooh, my favorite experience at the Youth Academy. There's been a lot. Trying to think, man. To be honest, I think my favorite experience was just practicing. Like I got to practice with J.P. Crawford, Aaron Hicks, Dominic Smith, Anthony Gose, all those guys coming up, and those guys were getting drafted as I was, I think like 9 or 10. Those guys are older than me, but to see the work that they put in, and they were just so locked in and focused and passionate about the game. And when I was playing infield, JP was a great mentor and guy to look up to. To see how he went about practicing and the passion he had, playing the infield, and the work that he put in was very inspiring. And to see each one of those guys, Aaron Hicks killing it with the Yankees, doing extremely well, starting center fielder. Dominic, killing it with the Mets, hitting extremely well, playing first base. I think he's at first, right? He's at first, or is he in the outfield? I think he goes back and forth.
He's such a good bat that they got to figure out a way to get him in the lineup pretty much.
Yeah. But he's doing his thing, man. And then, JP, making amazing plays, with the Mariners. Nothing new there, but all those guys I'm so close with, and I'm kind of able to connect with them almost every offseason. We end up finding each other at some event or something. So I would say just practicing, man, and like being able to be around those talented players. And the other great thing about the Youth Academy was the coaches that were there. They either all, played at a very high level, or they were professionals at one point, in the game. So they had the experience, they had the knowledge, and they knew what was expected, in the game. And ultimately where we wanted to be, they had been there and they had done it. So they knew. So, implementing certain, baseball IQ stuff, or just how to carry yourself as a professional, they knew all those things. So we were able to learn that at a very young age, and kind of start that process early. I feel like a lot of guys are late to learning, how to carry themselves and to be a professional and what's expected. I feel like they kind of start figuring that out really when it's too late, or they're in the middle of their pro years. I was able to learn that at like 9-10 years old. So I think those were really, really cool things to experience and be a part of. And I was fortunate to be in that situation and to be exposed to that, because a lot of kids at 9-10 years old, they don't come close to that. They're just playing with their local leagues or their teams or travel ball, and that's really all they get. And then they go right into high school, but there's no like off the field tutelage or mentorship to help them with that. So
yeah, man, thank you for such thoughtful answers. I really appreciate that. And I can definitely sympathize with how much fun practice is. Last night, I'm so desperate to get out on the field again. I was throwing rocks down on the creek. Like that's how much I need baseball back in my life.
Oh, man.
And yeah, so what'd you say?
I said, you need a throwing partner, man.
Yeah, I do badly. I was throwing my weighted balls, which were basically just stones on the water there. So, I got to get back in throwing shape myself. But thank you again so much for the time, for being so gracious with your time. I'll definitely show these gloves off to the people. They're gonna love them. I love them. SteeloSports.com. Your Instagram account is the real Hunter Greene. Is that right?
Yeah, with the E at the end.
Yeah, sounds good, Hunter. Thanks so much again for the time, man. It was really
Yeah,
nice to meet you, and best of luck this year. I hope to see you in the Reds uniform real soon.
you as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
Bye.